1 p.m. Good afternoon and welcome to the Bright Media News Bulletin brought to you by Wendy Kiramana. Remember, we bring to you well-researched news, detailed and well-elaborated for the benefit of you, our viewer. This is because Bright Media is the home of diversity. We have a lot planned for you, but before all, let's get down to the top stories. Mumia, Zoya, Sony and other sugar companies to be revived by President Ruto. Detectives in Kakamega investigating the mysterious circumstances of Kizito death. Pastor Dorcas Rigathi accuses the church for not responding on matters about drug abuse among the youths in Kenya. We start our bulletin. Deputy President wife Pastor Dorcas Rigathi has accused the religious organization and the churches of keeping quiet while young men are destroyed by alcoholism, drug and substance abuse. Carlton Kanyaru has the following detailed report.
Speaking on Thursday when she held a meeting with members of the clergy in Karuri, Kiamba, Kiambu County, Pastor Dorcas said many religious leaders know the people involved in the sale and distribution of drugs and substances in their areas but never speak against them.
Sin is sin and you must call it sin. You cannot keep quiet. People are selling poisons. The church knows. Even my brothers, you also know. People are selling bangi and they are killing our children.
She also added that some of the religious leaders say that they will not speak against the evils because the government closed their churches. This comes a few hours later when a Tanzanian national has been sentenced to 45 years in prison for possessing narcotics while traveling in Mombasa. Maimuna Jumane Ahmed was apprehended at the Moi International Airport back in March 2021, carrying 5,389 grams of heroin worth 16,167,000 Kenyan shillings. According to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, Ahmed had concealed the drug haul in a black bag. Mombasa Law Court's Principal Magistrate Martin Rabera, in his judgment, sentenced her to 35 years in prison for drug trafficking, with an additional 10 years for being in possession of drugs. The 10-year sentence, however, carries an alternative fine of 48 million Kenyan shillings. The accused was fined Kenyan shillings 48,501,000, 3 times the value of the drugs in her possession. In default, served 10 years in prison for the offense of trafficking in narcotic drugs, contrary to Section 4A of the Narcotics and Psychotropic Substances Control Act No. 4 of 1994, stated the ODPP. She was also sentenced to 35 years in prison. The accused committed the offense jointly with others not before the court on 14th March 2021 at the Moi International Airport in Changamwe Sub-County within Mombasa County. During the ruling, Magistrate Rabera stated that the prosecution led by Barabara Sombo proved the case beyond reasonable doubt after presenting 16 witnesses. Reporting for Bright FM from Mombasa County, my name is Carlton Kanyaru.
Thanks, Carlton, for the report. We move on to the next story. The government, through the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development Cabinet Secretary Mithika Linturi, has launched the nationwide distribution of subsidized fertilizers with a target of reaching 12 million bags of products to farmers. Our very own Millicent Mukungu with the report.
Speaking on Wednesday at the National Cereals and Produce Board NCPD depot in Nakuru County, Agriculture and Livestock Development Cabinet Secretary Mithika Linturi flagged off 2,300 bags of the commodities for Nakuru County farmers, adding that this year his ministry aims to double the number of subsidized fertilizer bags from the previous 6 million distributed in 2023. In attendance was the Principal Secretary for State Department for Crop Development, Dr. Paul Rono, who appealed to farmers to fully utilize the fertilizer to ensure they improve their yields. Noting that the government targets eradicating post-harvest losses, The farmers uses mobile grain dryers for sufficient drying before storage. According to CS Linturi, so far the ministry has distributed 43 out of the 100 grain dryers that the government recently acquired. Reporting for Bright FM, Nakuru County, my name is Millicent Agnes.
Thanks, Millicent, for the news. President William Ruto has reassured sugarcane farmers of reviving the sector to its former glory by clearing accrued debt and ensuring that they are paid on a timely basis. Addressing the Nzoia Sugar Company farmers meeting in Bungoma County on Thursday, President Ruto said his administration has cleared 50 million debt owed to the company that had led to its crisis. It reaffirms the government commitment to do away with similar debt for the Muhoroni, Chemeli, Sony and Miwani sugar factories, which amount to 117 billions. Address as a detailed report from Bungoma.
According to the president, sugar companies in Western Kenya have since time immemorial experienced a crisis, and his predecessors were unable to write off the debts, thus rendering them unmanageable.
Ile deni ya bilioni 50 na kitu 53 billion ambayo ilikuwa inadaiwa kampuni yenu ya Nzoia, tumeifutilia mbali kama serikali, hamuna deni tena.
Dr. Ruto has emphasized that this had impacted the industries negatively, leading to the companies being unable to pay their workers and farmers and running their operations. Ruto vowed that all farmers will be paid within 2 days, adding that 1.7 billion Kenya shilling debt to farmers by Nzoia Sugar had been waived. The head of state took his critics head-on, accusing them pushing for the privatization of the company, saying that the state would manage sugar companies and that no company will be sold or run by individuals.
Nadaiwa kampuni yenu ya Nzoia, tumeifutilia mbali kama serikali, hamuna deni tena. Kampuni yenu is free. Tumefanya hivyo kwa kampuni ya Miwani, tumefanya hivyo kwa kampuni ya Muhoroni, tumefanya hivyo kwa kampuni ya Sony, tumefanya hivyo kwa kampuni ya Chemeli.
In what appeared to be a seeming literally to anyone seeking control of the factories, he cited that the recent row over Mumias Sugar Company control with the business tycoon Chaswat Rai, saying similar actions will be taken against cartels. President Ruto has assured residents that no company will be sold and emphasizing that the company belongs to the residents and no selling it or privatization of the company. Consequently, President Ruto promised to oversee the success of the sugar industry as promised in his campaigns. Andrew Kasaya, Bright FM, Bungoma County.
Thanks, Andrew, for the news. Detectives in Kakamega are currently investigating the mysterious circumstance of Kizito's death. Senator Kalwale shared a video in which he said he feared the bull to death. Our very own Rebecca Modoni has more details on this story.
Kakamega Senator Boni Khalwale on Tuesday, January 31st, postponed the burial arrangements of Kizito Moi Amugune, his handler who was allegedly killed by a bull which the lawmaker uses in bullfighting competitions. Khalwale maintained in a statement that Kizito Moi Amugune was killed by the fighter bull popularly known as Inacio, which he had been taking care of for 24 years, fending off claims by some political figures that may have played a role in the death of the 47-year-old.
Jana jioni alipokuwa anafunga akiwa peke yake katika mahala penye bull hulala, inaonekana bull ilimvamia ikamshinda na nguvu, na kwa sababu alikuwa huko peke yake na sisi tulikuwa huko juu kwa nyumba, hatujui kama alitoa mlio, hatujui, lakini bull imempatia multiple injuries.
Nataka kwenda kanisani, ndio nasikia kijana wangu ananipikia simu ananiambia, mama umeenda kanisani? Nikamwambia hapana. Kama hujaenda kanisani, mtoto wa shangazi yako ameaka. Nikamwambia mtoto gani? Akaniambia Moi amekufa, nimefika huko amepata majeraha kwa sisi la muunganiko.
Meanwhile, Khalwale hosted a team of detectives from the Directorate of Criminal Investigation at his Malinya home for a thorough fact-finding mission over the demise of the late Amugune. Among the political figures notably included Cleophas Shimanyalu, a Kakamega tycoon who runs Kakamega Homeboys FC among his safety portfolio in sports, constructions, real estate and transportation industry, who claimed that the death was suspicious and that the bull did not allegedly kill Amugune. In Ball's statement, he accused Khalwale, the owner of the bull, of possibly being involved in the caretaker's death. Senator Khalwale, shocked by these allegations, recounted the events leading to the discovery of Moi's body. Kizito's body was discovered by investigators within the confines of the senator's bull stable, exhibiting what appeared to the multiple injuries inflicted by bull's horn. In keeping the tradition, Senator Khalwale shared a video which he said he speared the bull to death. Rebecca Mudhoni, Bright FM, Kakamega County.
The story from Kakamega marks the end of our national news. Let's get down to the international news with Faith Mutindi. The head of Saudi Arabia Commission has been arrested on corruption charges. The CEO overseeing Saudi Arabia's Royal Commission of East Historical Al-Hula site has been arrested on corruption and money laundering charges over 50 million in contracts. The charges target Hamad bin Saleh in part over legally obtaining contracts to benefit an invite company he had interest in through a relative before joining the government, the Kingdom's Oversight and Anti-Corruption Authority in a statement late on Sunday. It is said Al-Madani also recommended that private company for additional contracts through his work on the Commission for Al-Hula on ancient desert cities that has been on focus for Saudi Arabia's push for the tourists. Saudi Arabia under the King Salman and his assertive son, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, conducted a wide-ranging sweep of arrests after taking power, alleged corruption charges in 2017, third saw Princess and other powerful members of its business community locked up. Reporting from Saudi Arabia, Faith Mutindi. Our international news from Faith Mutindi marks the end of our news. Let me